Hey guys, what is going on? So today, or not today, but yesterday I made a duct tape rose. At the request of a lot of my friends, they told me you should totally do a YouTube tutorial on how to make one. So basically the materials that you are going to need, is this dirty? You are going to need duct tape, a ruler, scissors, and a pink pencil. Sorry, not pink, well it can be pink if you want, I don't care what it is. A stick, or something to basically make the stem. We're going to start by making the petals, and basically each petal is wrapped around the skewer, and I taped this before, like after I finished it. But basically this is what a petal looks like, okay? So it's basically a triangle, and what we're going to want to do is, you're going to make a lot of petals, okay? So I'm going to do a lot of time skips and stuff, but essentially what you're going to do is, to make a petal, you need to have a like a perfect square of tape. So in this case, my duct tape, in terms of like the width, like I'm gonna call this the width and this would be the length. So the width of mine, which you obviously can't see right now, but that's my brother's name, is 1 3/4 inches. So I'm going to, hang on a sec. You are going to measure out, okay, well I'm going to measure out 1 3/4 inches. You're going to want it to be on a table so that when you cut it like this, it's going to stick on the table. But make sure that the tape doesn't completely stick on, because it's going to be a waste of tape. So 1 3/4 inches. Once we have one square, okay, you are going to, hang on, just, I'm going to get into it. You're going to have the square, and basically you're going to fold the bottom right corner so that it forms a triangle. And you're going to try to match it up so that it's like this. Okay, hang on. Okay, so it's gonna look like that. So you're gonna fold it and then just do that. Okay, so now you're gonna have an adhesive side going up and an adhesive side going this way. So you're gonna fold this side over like that. Okay. So it makes a triangle, and eventually, and you're just gonna wind up with the one adhesive side right here. But basically, you're gonna take this, sorry, this might be a bit awkward because I'm not facing the camera, but you're gonna have it so that the petal is at an angle like that. So it's like this. Can you see it? So it's like that. It's not straight, and essentially you curl it around like this. So when it curls around, it will look like that. Okay. So that's what it's going to look like. And I know it doesn't look like much, but basically that is the center of the rose. Right, that bit right there. So once you have that, you are going to make a lot, and this is what I'm going to do one of the time skips. Here we have this part. Hang on a sec. Okay, it's not going to focus. Hang on. Okay, so we have this. Now what we're going to do is you are going to basically stick this on the same angle. Sorry, I hit the camera. You're going to stick this on the same angle as you did with this one, but you can really, it doesn't matter where you put it. Well, to me it doesn't matter. You can try and match it up, but you have to make sure that this, you're not putting each petal like lower and lower on the stick, because it's going to look really funny. I'll show you one of my prototype roses, but it looks kind of weird. So you're going to want to put it on the same angle as this, and it looks like this. So basically you're going to keep redoing that over and over and over again, and once we get to, hang on, I'm going to actually switch sides now. Alright guys, so once you do that, you're going to get to this part right here, where the petals start to stick out. Once you get to that part, okay, well I'll get there, and I'll tell you after. I'll tell you once we get to that part, okay? I have made this much of the rose, or flower, you can call it whatever you want, I call it rose. So I made this much, so basically that and this, so it looks pretty similar, right? But this still looks relatively small. We want it to look big like this. So I made a bumload of petals right here. So, thank God I'm not in my underwear. What you're going to do is your base should look something like, okay, hang on, should look something like this. So it's going to be considerably wider now, and what you're going to do is, instead of stacking it all on top of each other, the good thing about this is that if you, let's just say you stick this on the wrong way, right? Actually, this is pretty good, but if you stick it on the wrong way, basically just trace, okay, I'm pretty sure you can't see this, but trace back the tape, right? So you're going to have, focus, there we go. So, and hold like that, you're going to see a line that goes right here, right? So it's gonna basically lead to the point, like to the end of your pedal. So just peel that off, and you'll get your pedal back and just stick it back on. So that's what's really good about this design. I had no intention of doing this, but I was like, okay, whatever. So what you're gonna do is, with these ones, you are going to start sticking them on like this. Well, hang on, hang on. You're gonna start sticking them on like that. So it's gonna look a bit wider, like that. So I recommend starting them going like this, so it's like 4, so 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And guys, this is an art, so you shouldn't rush it. If you are pressed for time, I highly recommend not doing this, like not rushing this, because it isn't, like I said, it is an art. It does take not a lot of time, but it does take some patience. We have our 4 right here. Okay, it's a bit off, it does look a bit like uneven, but the person I'm giving this to probably isn't going to notice that. Okay, well now, if she watches it, then obviously she's going to notice it now, but shh. Okay, so you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. So now, to make it look, I guess really good, because we have 3 more here. I'm going to make another one. But then you're going to have like this, so I need to seriously start aiming my thing. So you're going to put, the next one, you're going to put here, so that it looks like that. Okay, and you're basically going to keep doing that and keep spreading out wider, so that eventually you're going to get to this really, really wide point, which is probably around here. And I'm going to do that, and I'm going to get back to you guys, okay? Alright guys, we are back. Sorry, everything might look a bit different. I changed the camera and I opened my window. But basically, we have this as our flower, so it does indeed look a bit bigger. Like so. See, it looks almost the same. The only difference is that this one actually looks a bit neater than the other one. See, it's like, yeah. Okay, now the only difference is the bottom. As you can see right here, this one is curved up, this one is not. Now that we have everything kind of spiraling up like this, I really need to get this thing focused. Now that everything's kind of spiraling up like that, you want to get it so that it's now coming out like this. So I made another bumload of petals. What I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to put where this small thing is. Okay, I'm going to get on the other side of the camera. This is a lot easier to show you with. So you're going to see here that you have 2 points, one here, and then a small one right here. And it's all the same for around, so 2 big ones, 1 small one, 2 big ones, 1 small one, 2 big ones, 1 small one. I'm not quite sure what happened here. I guess, yeah. I'm not sure what happened here. But basically, I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it on here, but I need to make sure that it's lower than this one, so that it's not like this, because we're just going to end up making it go out more. But we don't want that to happen. We want it to go lower. So I'm going to basically put it right underneath the small one, so it's like this. This is the final product that you should have. Basically what I did was I took all the, I made more of the petals, and then I continued to stack them like lower and lower and lower. But the thing is, when you stack them, try to make them not match like this, because when you do it looks really fake. So this part looks relatively like not as realistic as something like this. So the next one I make is probably going to look a little more like that. So this one still looks fine. The bottom is okay. I might think of something to make the bottom look a little more realistic, because personally I don't think a flower looks like that, but I think it still looks good nonetheless. So hopefully you guys, I guess, followed or at least understood my instructions. So if you didn't, you can just go back, rewind, or comment in the comment section and ask me any questions you have from that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will see you guys later, and bye!